Okay, so I'm just starting a little bit of soup here, and I have some onions that I have grated and sauteed, and it's just going to be kind of a combination of whatever I have in the fridge and as well as an immune system soup. So I've used my handy little thing here. These things are great for really fast chopping or slicing. Always make sure that you use the finger guard because they can be extremely dangerous. So just getting these simmering a little bit. I'm just going to take them off the heat while I finish putting them on here. So you put your onions in there, and I always like to saute the onions first. I have my handy dandy garlic crusher here. Whoops. So you want to add a little bit of garlic into the pot too. And I'm going to add some carrots. This is, believe it or not, just going to turn that down, my 15-minute soup. So the way you do that is by using these wonderful tools. Whoops, I have to take the onion out first. That make things go really fast. Actually, that's still cooking. I don't want it too hot because you still want goodness. You want the vegetables to be fairly fresh. Now these things here, sometimes it helps if you cut them down to size a little bit. They're organic, they aren't pretty, but they are organic carrots. So you want to beautifully get your little carrots in there. Always use the finger guard. This thing is honestly right out of the 70s, and but they sell modern ones that work virtually the same, and I just like it better than a food processor. It's easy to rinse, easy to clean, and you get your little carrots done here. So just going to get some more in here. And I think that the secret really is to cooking quickly is using high heat. But you need to take it off the burner while you're busy getting other things ready. So throw your carrots in there, again sauteing on the fairly high heat. And so you're going to give this probably about 5 minutes. While that's going, I think I'm going to add one more carrot and then put a little bit of squash in there too. It helps if your carrots are nice and firm for this particular machine. Okay, so, and I'm going to add just a little bit of a fresh garden squash that came right from the garden. And add a little bit of that. If you use the end without the seeds, really you don't even have to peel it. Whatever else you have. If you've got broccoli, throw it in. Cauliflower, whatever you've got, throw it in. So you don't want very much water at first because you want to tenderize it and you want to really get the flavors. So I'm just adding just enough water that it doesn't burn, because all I had in there previous was a little bit of coconut oil, and my coconut oil was starting to get too hot. So the other thing I'm going to add is some lentils, and just a few, and you need the water for the lentils to boil. So that actually, you need to get those in fairly quickly because they will take about 10 minutes. So you're going to do about 5 minutes worth of prepping. These are reishi, or so, sorry, they're not reishi, they're shiitake mushrooms. Really good for the immune system. They add nice little chewy bits, kind of like a little bit of a meat texture consistency. Really good for you. So break those in, and then that gives you something to do while you're waiting for those lentils to soften. You might not want to put too many, they're fairly strong, so I think I'll just put 6 or 7 because they're little. Okay, put those back. Now my other secret ingredient is actually a little bit of seaweed, which is so full of all the trace minerals that we need. Probably about that much. Seaweed is so good for you, and it actually filters out and reverses the effects of radiation, which is why they were using all the iodine and seaweed supplements, you know, after the earthquake radiation thingy, because it really, really does. It's like nature's remedy for radiation. So you just put your little seaweed in there too. And I'm just going to show you this. Okay, so you're going to just saute that down for about 5 minutes. And again, high heat, just adding as much water as you need to soften and get it burned. You can see that those lentils are already softening. And if you were to use the red lentils, they break down even faster. See that? You can really see how the lentils are starting to get soft and wiggly. I don't know if you can see it with the light there. Okay, so all you're going to do is high heat on this. I have a can of coconut milk. I'm going to add just a teensy bit of brewer's yeast, probably 2 tablespoons, just because it gives it a little bit of a thickening and cheesy texture. I'm going to add a little bit of Himalayan sea salt, all that sauteing, a little bit of cayenne, and already you can see, I can get rid of the steam, you can already see how soft everything is. Nice and soft and moist. And you don't want to cook it too much because you want the nutrients in the carrots. You just want enough for those little lentils to soften up just a bit. And then I'm going to pour in my coconut milk. And water as we need it. 5 more minutes and that's it. There's your 15-minute immune boosting, healthy, whatever vegetables you have in the fridge soup. You could add broccoli, you could add cauliflower, you could add whatever you want. And I will have a picture of that. It doesn't look like much yet, but in about 5 minutes it will. I won't keep you here watching, but I will, take a picture of it and have it on my website, georginasear.com. And again, I'll kind of try and show you. It's not quite done yet, but it's getting there. Okay, so there's your 15-minute immune system building vegetable soup.